Hi, this is one of the videos and the posts that I'm preparing for helping people answer how much does it cost when it comes to your architectural project. In this video, I'm going to be talking about finishing your basement. So if you have a vacant basement, pretty much, how much does it cost to finish it completely? How much does it cost to turn it into a secondary suite or a basement apartment? Average rate per square foot for finishing like a low end range would be around $50 per square foot. So if you have a 1,000 square foot basement, which is measured from the inside of the exterior walls, you would multiply 50 times 1,000. That brings you to $50,000 Canadian. This applies to the Canadian Ontario market specifically, which we do most of our work. If you are questioning or wondering about other locations, please DM me and I'll be more than happy to provide you with that information. A mid-range would be around $70 per square foot, so that would bring you to $70,000 plus taxes. And we're talking hard cost only and construction cost. And if we're talking high range, then you would be considering around $100 to $110, $120 per square foot. So for most people who want to finish their basement and convert it to a basement apartment, I would budget for around $75 per square foot, because you would have to add additional sound insulation and fire-rated drywall on the ceiling and additional precautionary measures such as an air return smoke detector, and you may have to also enlarge some of your bedroom windows so that they can act as egress windows. The soft cost, which is the design and permitting fee for a basement apartment or a finished basement, would be based on the municipality actually. And the design cost, if you hire an architect or a designer to handle this kind of work, I would say you would be paying around anywhere between $3,500 Canadian plus tax and maybe $8,000. But if you're asking for something that is more complicated and you want to do interior design, the budget can also increase substantially. In terms of the permitting fee, I would average it at around $800 to $1,200. And when you do that, you want to be very careful before you apply. You want to make sure that your basement is not within a floodplain, for example, because basement apartments are not permitted in floodplains. You want to make sure you have windows for every bedroom. The window, natural light the window brings in to a bedroom. If the house is more than 5 years old, it has to be 2.5%. If it's less than 5 years old, it will be 5% of the room area. You need 5% for living spaces and kitchens and dining room, and you have to provide specific areas for specific rooms. So there are minimum square footage spaces for an apartment to be legally considered as an apartment. A lot of people think that they can convert their basement to an apartment without the need for a permit. And I would warn you against that, because you're not getting insured. This is one thing. If the insurance company knows that you've been renting the apartment and something happens, then you are not going to be able to make the proper claims to get compensation. You're also having the potential of people reporting you, and the municipality will come and follow up with you, give you the chance to get a permit. You may be subject to penalties, and if you don't comply, the penalties would be substantially higher. So always consult with a designer or an architect when you want to convert your basement into a basement apartment, or if you want to finish it. One more thing that would be helpful to know is that if your basement does not have direct access and you want to establish like the below grade steps, that on its own is going to cost you an additional around $25,000 to add it to the hard cost. I hope this helps, and if you have any specific questions about any architectural project, please make sure to DM me and also suggest some subjects to discuss in my videos.